Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous. Please do me a favor and hit that like button before we get into the mess. Okay, so a lot of people are going to be hot. They're going to be pissed because Diddy is on a win. He is on a winning streak right now. So it's being reported by TMZ. Here's the headline: Diddy, I'm on a hot streak in court. gRape claims are withdrawn from a lawsuit. So what is this all about? Okay, y'all, let's get into it. So TMZ is reporting that Diddy is on a roll, legally speaking, because he keeps on racking up wins in court after outfoxing, yes, the federal prosecutors. He's now dealing a major blow to one of his S-word assault accusers. Y'all, since Diddy has beat those RICO charges, people are celebrating him all over. People are like, no, it's a rarity that you beat the feds. I think they have like a 97% victory over everybody else. And for Diddy, I mean, he had the team to do it. It was a six-pack of white women, and Diddy had a team of about 10 attorneys. So, and he's paying millions, but he beat the feds, and that's rarely done. It happens, but rarely, you know. So people are celebrating him. He's getting his kudos. And now, after that, we're seeing that more cases seem like they're going to be dwindling or they're going to be modified. So here it says, here's the deal. A woman named April Lampro sued Diddy last year, you know, when all this stuff was happening, claiming he gRaped her multiple times in the 1990s. But those allegations are no longer part of the lawsuit. Why not? So that's kind of crazy. Don't you guys think? Since he has gotten the legal victory where he's only gotten the prostitution, you know, those charges, the two, now all of a sudden people are modifying their lawsuits. And I think one of the reasons for that is because most of these cases, the attorneys are going to take these cases on contingency because they're civil cases, and the assumption is that they're going to win big from Diddy, so you know they don't need you to pay up front, so they're taking these cases contingent on contingency. And now with Diddy beating those other charges, it's like, some of these aren't going to stand. A lot of these civil cases are probably going to fall flat as well. Mark my word. Watch. So it says, according to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the woman's claims for battery, S-word assault, and negligent infliction of emotional distress have been dismissed. The suit filed by Tyrone Blackburn also listed Bad Boy Records as a defendant, claiming the company enabled him to commit the alleged crimes. But now all claims against Bad Boy have been dismissed. Now, you know, Tyrone Blackburn, he's the same attorney of record for Sabrina Peterson, who is suing, or who has sued, T.I. and Tiny in the past. Some of those cases that he had against them about 3 years ago, I think they were dismissed as well. They never really went anywhere, but now they're, you know, Sabrina is threatening to reignite the lawsuits. I don't know if Tyrone is still the attorney of record. You know, Tyrone also represented Little Rod, who had that lawsuit against Diddy right after Cassie filed. But you must also know that Tyrone Blackburn has been chastised by the judges in some of these court filings, saying that his filings were salacious, unethical, and some of his claims, right? So, you know, we have to kind of wait and see. But yeah, Tyrone Blackburn has been known to be off the hook, okay? So it says the suit filed by Tyrone Blackburn as a defendant, claiming the company enabled him, has been dismissed. Okay, so I already said that. The only claim remaining here is one under the gender-motivated violence protection law based on an alleged incident in the late 2000s or early 2001, in which Lampro says Diddy went back to her apartment after they had bumped into each other in New York, and he violently grabbed her and forced himself onto her. She says she was able to fight Diddy off, and he left. So it sounds like what she's alleging is that he may have tussled with her, you know, forcibly grabbed her, kissed her. I don't know, but it says forced himself onto her. What is the onto her? So saying that he physically entered her in a S-word way, I guess now she's modifying it. Interesting. Now that he beat those charges, I mean, did it happen? You said it happened. You filed a lawsuit. What's the difference now? I'm just saying. why modify that? Why drop the gRape claims? Because that's the biggest thing of all, in my opinion. If somebody, kind of forces himself on you, roughs you up, and grabs you, you're not going to get the same kind of settlement you would as if somebody gRaped you. Interesting how people are going to be modifying these lawsuits. As a matter of fact, and I don't remember off the top of my head, there have already been some, requests to dismiss suits against him like 6 months ago and stuff. So we're going to have to go back and look at all the cases that have been filed and the ones that are dismissed and the ones that will be dismissed soon. She said she was able to fight Diddy off and he left. Okay. Very different from saying that somebody gRaped you. Diddy's camp tells us the dismissals significantly narrow this particular civil case, but Blackburn says it's a win. The case moves forward and discovery begins. So yeah, it's Diddy's team, the defense team, sees it as a win because, again, all of these cases are going to, these are going to set a precedence for other cases, because it's going to be like, you're going to have to come with some proof, some evidence. You're not going to be able to make these claims without some proof. Sort of like the same case with Jay-Z and Diddy, with the young lady that claims that they did something to her when she was 13, and then that ended up being dismissed. I suspect a lot of these cases are just going to go by the wayside. Some may stand, but not all the ones that have been filed. And so the two main attorneys that I recall off the top of my head is Tony Busby and Tyrone Blackburn. So, as you know, Diddy dodged a bullet last week when he was acquitted on racketeering and trafficking charges in his federal criminal trial case, with prosecutors taking a monumental loss by only being able to secure convictions on the lesser charges involving prostitution. So, and that was a huge loss for the feds, like the government, to bring the amount of money they spent, 6 attorneys, trying this case, and to only get, to the charges of the lesser charges, the amount of money that they spent. And he's not going to do that much time, because there are guidelines. It's a first offense. So, yeah, this is a black eye for the government. I'm gonna say, like a lot of people, he beat the feds. But anyway, y'all jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts. I suspect we're gonna see a lot of cases being dismissed because these attorneys are now gonna say, the ones who took it on contingency, they're gonna be like, oh hell no, I ain't wasting my time with this, because I'm not gonna get any money out of it. They're taking the contingency cases because they expect to get a big payday, and that's not gonna happen here. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye.